Hello guys, today Toy here once again with another video on Path of Exile 2 Spectres, and this time we are looking at top 5. It is time. I'm gonna do a top 5 in no particular order, but I might give like my favorite Spectre at the end. But I'm gonna do like a top 5 of the Spectres in the current meta, and what I think are very good Spectres all around. And they will be showcased on my level 93 Infernal list on the Trade League. I would say it's kind of decently geared, but is nowhere close to the max of what I can do on this character for sure. So let's get this started. Let us get this started. On no particular order, I'm gonna showcase first the powered Zealot. We have the Spark variant here, right? The damage numbers here can go way more, because we are using only a level 18 gem. I only have a +9. I'm not using a +3 to the level of Spectre gems jewel. And I think I'm lacking one more stuff for them somewhere. Regardless, this is what we are rolling with. This is a powered Zealot. It is being run on a master setup, as you can see here. I have a lot of skeletals. This is a different build, so I was not running elemental spectres here. Otherwise I would be using, to fully maximize the elemental spectres, I would be using the curse, the elemental curse, right? And also the exposure via frostbomb. So we are not going to use that because it's literally not necessary. This is a very good Spectre. It's one of the top and one of the favorites from a lot of people. So let's have a look a bit on a map. I'm not going to do the entire map with them, and obviously they're very good at bossing. Let's just see like whatever map. Okay, shall I do the spiderwood? Let's do the spiderwood here. These guys are very good in tight spots, and they're very good against bossing. Oh, and I actually forgot to show you what gems I'm using on them. So let's show you the gems firsthand. So it's a level 18 gem, 20 qual. I have +9 from the global modifiers, right? It's a 6 socket, of course, a 6 link, of course. We have Feeding Frenzy 1 for some reason. That's a mistake, sorry. We do Feeding Frenzy 1 here. I'll show you afterwards what that means. We have Feeding Frenzy 2, we have Master, we have Pierce 3. You want all of your projectiles to pierce. This gives a tremendous amount of power. We have Ashes Radiance, which gives us 20% of lightning damage, extra chaos damage, which is very nice. Also it contributes to shock chance. And we have wild shots. So yeah, they will cast their spark. They will be very cool. So let's have a look. I'm just gonna run them for a while, and if we get to the boss quickly enough, I'm gonna showcase the boss. So this is the kind of clear that they're able to do. You can't understand a whole lot on the screen about this because of how many projectiles we have over here. So they are not struggling with anything. So even if you get like a very bulky enemy, like a boss fight even, or a pinnacle boss for that matter, they will be very good. And they're especially good if you're doing ritual or even breach, and even not only breach. They'll be exceptionally good against simulacrum. So on the simulacrum, it will be pretty nice to have these guys running around. In the simulacrum, even you can do electrocute if you want. If you want to reduce a bit of the damage, like remove Ashes Radiance and do electrocute, you can try and do that. That should also be fine. So yeah, this is how they deal. That was a rare. This one again is a rare over here. I think it does. Yeah, he gets absolutely blasted. And please note, I'm not using the elemental curse, and I'm not using exposure either. So if you would use those, the damage would be absolutely insane. So yeah, and also I'm not using like a maxed out character, right? Because I still have a lot more pieces of gear to get. I didn't show you the character because it's not that important right now. You can just see the level of gems here. But I am going to link the build, and I also have a video overview of this build. I'm gonna link the build POB in the description of the video over here. So yeah, this is basically the Zealot Spark. Let's clear this abyss over here, and then we are gonna switch to the next one. that I wanna showcase, and it's another Zealot. It's actually his other counterpart, which is called the Gelid Zealot, and the Gelid Zealot will basically use. It's exactly the same cost, 55 spirit, 55 spirit. The Power Zealot you can get from Etched Ravine in the interlude. The Gelid Zealot you can get from Utsal Act 3. You need to see that he is casting the Eye of Winter. He needs to have the Eye of Winter. So on this Gelid Zealot you will use exactly the same setup as you use on the Power Zealot. The only change is you're not using Ashes Radiance, you're using Tool's Stillness for exactly the same effect, but on cold damage. So we're using exactly the same gems, Feeding Frenzy 2, Master, Pierce 3 and Wild Shards. And we can summon all of them here. These guys will freeze a lot, right? So now let's have a look at these guys, how they fare. Please note that they have a cooldown on the Eye of Winter, so it's not the same as the Spark Zealots. They will also use their auto attacks as well. So they also have a basic attack here, right? Which is pretty nice as well, and it's a lot of cold damage and they freeze a lot. So this is also very, very nice, and this is, I would say, is a more cleaner approach and a more cleaner screen for clearing maps. So, Cyancat, if you guys know Cyancat, maybe I'm gonna link one of his videos or his YouTube channel in this description of this video. Cyancat has been using these ones, both of these ones like this, and he has the Gelid Zealot while mapping and the Power Zealot while bossing. So he just weapon swaps them in, and not only he would do that also whenever he feels necessary. So for example, in a tight spot or when doing ritual, you want to swap into the Power Zealot spot, and then you swap back into these guys when you're doing regular map clears. As you can see here, it's going pretty well, right? So let's go. We have a boss fight here. Let's do the boss fight with these guys. Let's do this boss fight with the Gelid Zealot and see how they fare. The damage on the boss fight is not very exceptional on these guys, by the way. Like, it's not bad by all means, but it's not as good as with the Spark, right? So this can be used. I mean, that's 3.5 million HP just gone. So once again, these are top spectres, especially for map clearing and for doing, like, I don't know, just chilling. Like you're just chilling with these guys, right? And it's not your whole screen is not filled up with projectiles. And the damage is there, like the damage is very good. They are freezing. It's very safe to play them. So that's why I would say this Spectre deserves the spot inside top 5. Okay guys, it's time to showcase the third Spectre that is gonna be in the top 5. It's not top 3, it's not top 1, I'm not saying which, if it's the best one or it's the third one or the second, whatever. It's in top 5, that's all that I'm gonna say. It's about the Vaal grenade. So this has a ton of damage, even though the support gems that I'm using are Feeding Frenzy, Master, Fire Attunement, Magnified Area 1 and Multi-Shot. The Multi-Shot will say that they deal 25% less damage. If you look over here, the explosive grenade will deal this kind of damage. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? So if we remove this, we get to this kind of numbers. You can do, if you want single target, you can do conk effect or something instead, right? So concentrated area or whatever it's called right now. Let's have a look on this Spectre, how they deal with the map clearing, and then how they deal with the boss fight, if we can find the boss fight quickly. Because we are in a crypt and we have a melt wax over here, apparently. I'm not a huge fan of these Spectres because of the tons of burning ground and explosion that they do. But the damage is there, they are very effective. On single target they are one of the best, if not the best, if you scale them properly. I'm not using exposure, fire exposure in my build at the moment. I'm not using the elemental curse either, because it's literally not needed, that's how strong they are. And for this showcase specifically it's not needed, but if you're doing like the pinnacle bosses, like I don't know, third tier of Arbiter or third tier of of the last bosses, right? Of the pinnacle bosses, then you will need to use to maximize everything, right? Because you want as less risk as possible. So if you're fine with having this on your screen, yeah, feel free to play this Spectre, right? Why am I even picking this one up? I'm not a huge fan of the Grenadier one, even though it's one of the most powerful Spectres. I feel obliged to put it into top 5 because otherwise people will tell me, where's the Vaal Guard, dude? Dude, the Vaal Guard is the best. Vaal Guard is still the best in terms of damage. And they are right. They are right, but I just cannot deal with this kind of stuff on my screen. And I'm not playing it, right? I'm not even gonna do the entire stuff here. Okay, let's do this. Let's see how they fare in the Abyss. Yeah, they seem to be clearing it quite easily. Yep. And by no means this character, as I stated in the previous setup that we had with the previous two that I showcased, by no means this character has top gear, right? I'm still missing pieces. I'm still missing pieces of the gear. I only have level 18 gems. I only have plus 9. Okay, so this is the boss fight. Explosions are massive, like he just got melted, right? Alright, so this is the third Spectre showcased in the top Spectres. Okay guys, it's time to look at the last two Spectres. This one that we are going to look at now is one of the favorites and one of my favorites, frankly. And it's none other than, let me just weapon swap them in. Everyone knows this one, right? The only problem is that I don't like this ability that they're doing. Is the frozen mandibles, yeah. So, the frozen mandibles, I just weapon swap them out. Frozen mandibles cost 99 spirit. It's a very special one, and you can find it in Ashen Woods. I'm using them with Feeding Frenzy Master since I have the Master setup. Brutality, Rapid Attacks 2, and Impact Shockwave that can be interchanged with Heavy Swing, or sometimes even if you want to do, you can do Infernal Legion Tech Code Revenge. Brutality can be changed if you want with this item with Ulnetol Embrace Lineage Support Gem, but I cannot afford it, so I cannot showcase it here. But you can use this one, the Ulnetol's Embrace, very nicely on this Spectre instead of Brutality, right? Because you will deal extra chaos damage as well, and you want to get that one. And in case you do, you also want to get Entropic Incarnation as well if you're no longer using Brutality. Okay, so let's showcase it. We have a map ready here. Let's open up another map. We tried the Crypt. Is there something with a boss? Fortress, Riverside. I mean, what's this one? Riverhold. I really prefer to do Crypt if I can find a Crypt, right? Crypt is very fast and we can showcase the boss really fast. Okay, let's do Riverside then. Let's do this Riverside. I hope we can get to the boss fight quickly enough to see exactly what we're talking about here. I'm gonna summon them and showcase you also the damage that they deal. And I also will tell you about something. Yeah, this is the damage, is very crazy. I'm also gonna tell you about this. Sometimes they get stuck, see? 2 of them are active, 3 of them are stuck. So how you fix that? You either go further and further and eventually they will spawn on top of you and it will work. They will work. They're not working at the moment. Otherwise, you just weapon swap them out again and you find like a wider area like here, for example. Maybe this one is not even good. You need to find a wider area so they can all get out of their cocoon. So that's how you fix them not spawning sometime. Okay, let's do this Researcher. Let's see how they clear it. We are using the Impact Shockwave, by the way. If we are using Heavy Swing, the damage will go even further. It's over 100k DPS. Impact Shockwave is being used so they clear faster, right? Because they insta-stun and then they do the Shockwave and it will be basically a pseudo AoE for them. So if they, I wish they will no longer have this cold ability like mod or whatever it is. It's really annoying. Otherwise, it's by far this is the strongest melee Spectre that we can summon. Let's hope we can get to the boss fight. I mean, you can already see the clear speed is very fast. They're moving very fast with you. You don't have to do almost anything. You just move forward and they come with you and they clear everything up. They're very aggressive as well. Like, they are insanely aggressive. Okay, sometimes if you do also the pain offering, they will deal even more damage than that, so. Not to mention you also have the shattering roar. Alright, we have an abyssal depth. I'm not gonna enter the abyssal depths. I mean, we can showcase abyssal depths. Okay, let's showcase abyssal depths for this one, and we will get the boss fight afterwards. Actually, no. No. I changed my mind. Let's find the boss fight. Because abyssal depths can be longer, and maybe you can get to the boss fight faster. So you get the point, right? This is the clear speed. It's a very, very nice Spectre. You can get this one as soon as possible and it will still be good.
There it is.
I'm not gonna chase that one. I don't care that much about running the map in a good way. So we are just showcasing the Spectre right now. That was the essence monster. It was hit like twice and he died. Let's find the boss fight. Like I said, I don't want to have like a very long video, so let's go. Big bulky. Insta stun. Yeah. And they're gone. Yeah. This is the Spectre. And let's look at the next one. So, for the next one I'm usually using in tandem with the frozen mandibles actually. But I really like the Gargantuan Wasp. This one is a personal favorite. I'm not sure if it's worthy of top 5. Maybe there are others that should be in the top 5, but this is my let's say 5th place. Let's say 5th place out of all of the other ones. So we have Feeding Frenzy 1. I'll show you why. We have Master. We have Execute. We have Tekrod's Revenge and Infernal Legion 3. And our Spectres will have, I think they don't have Fire Res. That's very nice because they have minus 30 Fire Res. It's very nice for the Tekrod's Revenge setup. Tekrod's Revenge will basically grant them Soul Ether and 20% increased attack speed. Cast speed we don't care. 20% increased attack speed when they get to 0 HP. So what matters about this support gem here, the Execute, is that this one will actually work. While you are on low life, it actually works for them, and I will show you. So he gets low life. Look. He gets to low life. Look, damage increases, right? So it works. The damage works. And then if they get Soul Eater, eating souls will give them more power, right? So let's have a look at it. I'm only using one. I just want to showcase a bit how it works, right? It will get spawned fast enough. You can also cycle to him spawning even faster if you are using Pain Offering while playing, right? So this is how it works. Usually this Spectre is a very, very nice user of this Tekrod setup. So now he got to 0 HP, now he has Soul Eater and he will get larger and larger, and is very good in densely packed situations, right? And by the way, on this Spectre, I'm not scaling at the moment. I'm not scaling anything like Infernal Legion damage. I'm not using Curse and so on. So this is not about using Infernal Legion. It's about having the Tekrod. So what I was doing usually on my build, and even in the build that I'm gonna showcase in the description here, is I was using like 3 and 3, something like this, 4 Mandibles and 3 of the Gargantuan Wasps. And the build works very well, and they complement each other very well, and that's why I have these guys on the top 5, because of the setup that you can do with Tekrod's Revenge. It makes your clearing speed much faster and much better, and when they have a lot of enemies, they will do so much better. So for this situation, I'm just gonna showcase the entire thing. So I'll showcase both of the frozen mandibles and these spectres. Actually, I can unsummon I can just summon 3 of them in the abyssal depths over here. So I'll unsummon the mandibles. Let's just showcase them by themselves in here. I'll use 3 of them, even though I have leftover spirit. I'll just wanna show you how it works. It's a level 81 abyssal depth. You wanna use pain offering as much as possible, so they will start the timer faster, and when they're finished, they'll get resummoned as soon as possible. See? When they eventually die, when the 10 seconds pass. Okay, now I did again the pain offering, and the countdown timer, it's already starting. They will die, and they will instantly respawn. See? That's a technology I learned while playing this kind of setup. So let's have a look. Let's find I don't know, the last room with the harder enemies. We're using again. Yeah. They respawned once again. They need to get to 0 HP as soon as possible, so you don't want to have fire haze on them. If you can. Ooh, we got our level 20 gem. That's so nice. It's my first one. That's very nice. That's lucky also to have it in the video. Alright, let's find the last room. Let's have a look. Okay, this is one of the more difficult ones to kill in that shade, right? You have to get it out, and it's also like not the most ideal one to showcase, right? Because it becomes invulnerable, and the shadow thing also makes him invulnerable. Okay, get him, boys. Okay, we cannot kill this one. And it's not about the Spectre. I can do even the frozen mandibles and he will not die very fast, because he needs to be vulnerable outside of the... Now we can kill him, I guess. Not even, because he went invulnerable. Okay, he's dead. Okay, regardless, I really love the Gargantuan Wasp. I think he's a wonderful Spectre. They move very fast, they engage very fast. Let me show you once again. How fast they are moving. So if you are removing the mandibles, look at them. They're moving forward, and also they will leap somehow. So if there's enemies in the farther of your screen, they will instantly engage. So they're very, very cool. Right. I think this is the video. I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna stop the video actually, and I'm just gonna tell you again, there is a site pov2spectrewiki.com. I have the top spectres in there. We have a top 10 in there. So we have more spectres that I think they are very, very good. Maybe I'm gonna further cover those in a future episode. But for this, all of these ones that I've mentioned in the video, you will find here. Is the Frozen Mandible, Gargantuan Wasp, Chaos Zealot Spark, Vaal Grenade, and the Gelid Zealot Eye of Winter. That's my top 5. I think those are the most powerful spectres we can get. And anything else you see here is very strong. Maybe Blade Lash Transcendent will be replaced with something else. I need to figure out if the Blood Fever Warrior can replace the Blade Lash Transcendent or not. But this is also kind of strong, especially early. And yeah, this is the top 5. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's quite a long video because I wanted to go a bit in depth into everything. But hope you guys enjoyed it. You will have like time frames of each Spectre showcase in the video. You will have the build, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments and I will answer every question that you have. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe if you like this type of content. I'm gonna do more of these going forward. So I'll see you guys next time. Tutorial out. Bye bye.